Guys and gals, will you stop inventing hazard categories? Use the hazard categories that NEBOSH have given you for your NG2 or IG2 practical project. Let's take a look at something a student has sent in to me. We've got a list of, I think, 11 hazards. The hazards are actually pretty good. I've read through the hazards. They're quite specific. But let's look at the hazard categories. So we've got noise hazard, noise category. Obviously, noise goes in noise, yes. Then we've got use of routers, saws, sharp blades, ejected particles. Great, that goes in work equipment and machinery. And then we've got exposure to large amounts of wood dust. And that goes in, what is that? Dust exposure? Dust exposure is not a hazard category. That's an instant fail, that is. Let's take a look at the hazard categories. So this is taken from the NEBOSH guidance, and every hazard category is on here. And you can only use the hazard categories on this list. Do not go inventing your own categories. Big fat nul point, big fat fail if you make up your own categories. Hey you, sorry to interrupt the video. If you would like more detailed advice and assistance with your NG2 or IG2 practical, why don't you head over to our website, compassa.co.uk, and check out our NEBOSH resources. And if you really need it, you can sign up for our NEBOSH rescue package, where you can benefit from my personal tutor support. Anyway, let's get back to the stupid mistake this student made. Just for the avoidance of doubt, and I think that is exactly what the NEBOSH guidance says, for the avoidance of doubt, the hazard categories are these words here. So noise is a hazard category. Vibration is a hazard category. Hazardous substances, chemical or biological, is a hazard category. Now the hazard categories are not the elements. The 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's not a hazard category, so don't go using the numbers. But you'll notice that dust exposure is not on here, is there? So the question is, where would wood dust go in these hazard categories? Which one is it? Well, I'll give you a clue. In the syllabus, wood dust is something we teach in element 7, which is hazardous substances, chemical or biological. So we would write down on here, hazardous substances. Right, that should do. In fact, you could go a little bit further if you wanted to and write down the full correct text. There we are, let's carry on. We've got electrical power tools. Yes, electricity, great. Training cables, wood dust on the floor, pieces of timber, slips and trips, fine. Movement of the forklift in and out of the area near pedestrians, FLTs. FLTs is not a hazard category. Oh, another big fat fail. Let's go to our list of hazard categories. Where would a forklift go in here? Well, you might be tempted to say, well, a forklift is work equipment and machinery. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But this is not a work equipment mechanical type hazard. This is a vehicle driving hazard. So a vehicle driving hazard is something we teach in movement of people and vehicles in the workplace. Movement of people and vehicles in the workplace. Let's change that, shall we? Movement of people and vehicles in the workplace. Stop inventing hazard categories and use the list which NEBOSH have given you there. The guidance is there for a reason, and try to make sure that you put the hazard into the correct category lest you fail, my dear friends.